Welcome back to Real Talk with QNET, and I am here today with V Partner Sharfun. And Sharfun, you've mentioned before on several occasions about how you used to be a shy person in the past, and you've obviously changed so much since then. But can you share the exact moment when you realized that you needed to do something to break out of your shell?
So not only shy, I also had huge inferiority complex. Just to share a little bit about this shyness and from my journey and the inferiority thing. So when I started the business, obviously the business presentation very clearly said that one can become a millionaire and stuff like that. So besides the dream, besides that I had a dream that I want to fulfill, I also knew that this business can make me a millionaire. So the thought was, I am going to become a millionaire. So yeah, now what types, now what all is going to change stuff. The first thing that started off was, do I look like a millionaire? And the first thing that I did was, I don't know how many of them can relate to this, like look around, like do others look like? So the entire team, okay, and one of those, the women at that time was VP Kavita around. I looked at all the women. They all looked very graceful. And I was a little tomboyish and dusky, whatever. And my hair was, I had never maintained much. I didn't really put too much of effort in grooming myself. Mm-hmm. So I had huge complex, and I used to wonder, like, and they all carried themselves so gracefully. So these kind of complexes, a lot of people might not relate because they don't carry that, but I had a huge complex. Second was, I was very shy. Even my hold on the language, English language, my grip on the language was not very good. So when I had to speak in English, I was very shy that I would make a mistake and very conscious about making mistakes. And I still don't have a very strong grip. I can manage it, but when people speak, I ask them to give me the meanings of so many words every time, because my vocab is not good. So this complex and this shy and fearful of making mistakes, that is how I used to be. Mm. But the question basically is, when did I feel like I need to come out of it?
Exactly.
Was when I attended my first VCon, mm-hmm. and I saw VP Padma speak from stage. I got my click. That it doesn't matter what kind of background I come from, what skills I carry already, how I look, it doesn't matter. I have my dream and I was ready to work hard. So I got my first breakthrough that I could relate, I got inspired, and it was, I think there's this block of whether I can, because of those things that I was saying. There's so many other things that I had to change, but that one particular thing, I think that broke when I saw VP Padma.
Right.
And I said, she's such a simple lady, and the kind of background. I at least had worked in jobs. Right. I was just good at my work. That's all. But when I saw her, I said, like, oh my God. And it just happened that week on, I got my breakthrough.
Wow. So that was the moment,
yeah.
The click. Interesting. And how did you learn to embrace your identity and, relieve yourself from the thoughts that created a sense of inferiority and self-limitation? And did you turn it into something positive, or is it something that you still find yourself struggling with from time to time?
So, as I mentioned, like the first thing that happened was when I heard VP.
So the click happened.
The click happened. And then what I realized is, it's absolutely okay to be myself. And only if I be myself can I focus on things that are going to help me grow in the business.
Right.
Because there's a lot of time that used to go in taking care of these blocks. Like, how do I carry myself? How do I talk? There's too much of bandwidth that used to go in being conscious, mm-hmm. time, effort, bandwidth that is going. So I think that was all released now. I had enough bandwidth to think about what am I going to do, what efforts, what changes I need to do exactly to build this business. I think that those changes started off, and that helped me grow.
Well, did you turn all of this into something positive, or do you still struggle with this from time to time?
Okay. Another thing that I realized was, this is another thing that I really want to share. Like the way I felt when I saw VP Padma, I realized I had an opportunity to inspire so many women who are like me.
Right.
That also became one big thing for me. Like, oh my God, there could be so many women who are like me, who are educated, okay, who have done their jobs, they've worked in, but they carry complexes for whatever reasons, okay, from whatever exposure that we've had since childhood, or society, whatever. So I thought that there could be so many women like this. So besides fulfilling my own personal dreams, I looked at this whole thing as an opportunity to inspire so many women.
Yeah. It was an epiphany.
Yeah,
it was a
exactly.
Yeah,
And do I still struggle? Of course I do, but not as much. Yes, of course, but not as much as I used to.
Right.
Okay, I still sometimes struggle. I still.
And what do you do when you find yourself struggling with that?
Oh, lovely. Whenever I feel like I'm struggling, I face it.
You face it head on.
Right now.
Yeah. Like right now.
Right now. So I'm so happy that. This is, I mean, the way you do it it's so spontaneous. You ask questions. I don't even know what you're going to ask. But typically the way it happens is in normal different industries, people they already know what questions are going to be asked. I didn't know what is going to be asked, and you're asking me, do you know how to deal with me? Like, oh my God, am I going to be good in front of the camera? Am I going to say it properly? Am I fumble?
Yeah.
So I did have, but I need to face this. Unless I face it, how do I overcome? So I'm feeling good. I said it now. I feel so good about it.
Fantastic. This is almost like therapy. Can you recount a significant moment when you consciously defied societal expectations or stereotypes, when you defied a stereotype? And what was the wildest reaction you got out of people surrounding you because of it?
There are multiple, but what I can think of at this moment is I come from a family where nobody's ever done business.
Okay.
Nobody. Everybody's a government servant, jobs, and especially government jobs. So business, nobody ever thought. My parents never thought that. I myself never ever thought. My educational qualification is, I'm a BSc mathematics. Okay, so I used to be more like a. I was not very social.
Bookworm.
Okay.
You were a bookworm. Yeah.
Not really bookworm, but mathematics. I'm sure.
Books.
Like when you say mathematics, then you know that they're too busy just you and the book.
Crunching numbers.
Yeah, numbers. Not numbers, but yeah, a mathematics student. You understand?
Okay.
Like it's very boring to other people, but it was interesting to me. So I was not very social. And networking, socializing, partying was not my life. I didn't know much that I could do, and business, no ways. And when I started the business, I myself didn't believe that I'll be able to. You know, it was all because of the support that I had,
right.
And that's the best part about our industry and the company. That we have a support. We did not know anything, you know. We just know that we trust the support. We completely take help from the support. I think because of that support, why I believe that I can. But otherwise, there was no chance. So my family members, nobody ever believed that I would do business, and secondly, become successful.
Right.
Like I would be on YouTubes and stuff like that. Nobody could believe. So. Yeah, so that is like a shocker. And also let me share something, you know, this, I might just sound a little arrogant, but just for fun's sake, I want to share. I mean, YouTube and being on the media and news, you know, articles, never ever, nobody thought that I would ever do, because like I said, I was shy.
Yeah.
There was no ways I ever thought. So, I'm sharing something like how it's changed in my life. So I recently met somebody who happened to be coming from a different industry and was trying to show off the stature that he comes from and who he is, blah 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 blah.
Right.
And suddenly he said he spoke about himself, and then he asked me like, "What do you do?" And I said, listen, I think we just met for like 5 minutes and I'm in a hurry. So to know more about me, you can Google me, okay? I'll see you later. And I left. And I'm telling you, I came back, I said, did I just say that? Like, did I just say that? Just for that fun sake, kick sake. And I'm like, oh my God, I know it's not the right way of doing things. It sounded very arrogant.
That should be on your business card. I'm Sharfun Sheikh. Google me. Next thing we want to cover is, in what ways do you hope that your story empowers and supports other women who might be grappling with what you were grappling with, in terms of self-doubt and societal pressures in their own lives? Because you did mention that was the breakthrough, the epiphany you had, is that you could empower other women. So,
I'm not aware about all the other different cultures across the globe, but from the kind of culture that I come from, women are raised, being made to be aware of that they're women, they're different, and what is expected out of them is more taking care of the family, taking care of the home, okay, being financially a provider to the family is not expected, okay. So when it's not expected, women grow up knowing that this is my responsibility and I need to be doing these duties, right? I cannot fail in these. One. Second, it's okay if I don't do this, and if I want to do this, then I might not get that kind of support. So there are people who might not want to. If they make a choice that they don't want it, that's absolutely okay. But there are women who are making a choice of this and they're doing both.
Right.
Okay. So when they're doing both, I feel like today I'm sitting here and I'm sure there are from my journey, I've shared very few things. But in that few things, when I have women coming back and saying that you are a mother today, you are a wife, and you've also built business and whatever. When they ask me questions and I tell them how I have dealt with these two things, because I made a choice, how I dealt with this and how I'm working with this and how I have put my priorities, okay, that inspires them and they feel like, okay, it is possible. It is possible that I can do this. I can make a choice of both, and it is possible to do this.
Right. You are doing what you believed you could do, which is helping them have that breakthrough. There's one question that we all want to ask. It's all in our minds, knowing you for so long. It's about falling in love. Falling in love with a cross line.
Oh my God.
Why don't you explain what a cross line is for those of us who don't know what a cross line is? Cross line is, in the network marketing industry, what is it?
Two people who don't fall, not financially don't benefit from each other.
Right. Okay.
So when they don't benefit financially from each other, so they are cross lines.
Right.
Because an upline and downline financially benefit from each other. A cross lines don't. Yeah, so that's cross line.
So then, knowing that, okay, how did you manage both that relationship and also keep it professional?
I think even if we both would have been upline and downline, I think it would have worked the same way because we both have very strong personalities. We both are very, very strong. So knowing that we both are very strong, we both knew that it's better we don't talk about work.
Right.
Okay, because we both have our own opinions, our own thought processes. And also we both have been guided by two different people. Our basic understanding about business has happened from two different people. So we might have different styles, thoughts. So we decided we're not going to, while we have somebody teaching us, we both have our own uplines teaching us.
Right.
So why do we need to talk to each other about anything? That also helped us enjoy our the couple life,
the personal life,
life, that life better. Yeah. But however, today we both work together, and because we started off by not working together, growing, and today we're working together, I think we have grown in the business to understand how to manage this, the business relationship as well.
Right. Power couple.
I don't think we are the power couple.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what does power couple mean.
Power couple means you just took the business to a whole new level because of that synergy between the two of you.
Okay. I somehow not very... it doesn't resonate with the power word. I don't know. I just love to be called as the lovely couple.
The lovely couple. There you go. Fair enough. Okay, we're going to go to a rapid fire section.
Okay.
We've covered
Oh my
the
God.
heavy topics. Now we're
Okay.
going into some fun topics
Sure.
here. All right, first question. If you could have a teleportation device, where's the first place you'd zap yourself to and why?
There are multiple places, but the number one that comes to my mind is I would go to my son's classroom, and I would watch how he enjoys his teenage. I think it will just be a moment for me to relive the teenage life,
Right.
and yeah.
Okay. Okay. And what's your go-to dance move when nobody's watching?
A free flow.
Freestyle.
Freestyle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nobody's watching, okay. What's a song that you love that you might think would be really embarrassing to admit?
I'm not embarrassed, but I'm not very sure whether it should be, because I haven't really shared with. There is a Hindi song, and I used to sing.
Would you mind singing the song for me, please?
Oh my God! So my throat and my
It's okay.
cold,
A little bit,
everything.
little bit.
लकड़ी की काठी काठी पे घोड़ा घोड़े के दुम पे जो मारा हथौड़ा दौड़ा 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 घोड़ा दुम उठा के दौड़ा. So that is a song.
Beautiful. Wow. If you were a superhero, what would your quirky power be?
I think everybody's a superhero here. Everybody has a power, it's just that we don't realize that. It's like a Spider-Man can,
He's a web slinger.
yeah, when he leaves the webs,
Yeah.
he has the power, okay, but he's not going to keep doing zig, zig, zig here and there. So he found a purpose, and then that's how he used the power. People don't find a purpose, that's why the powers don't come out. I feel everybody has it. But a quirky one, that's something that I can think of. Being able to read people.
Yeah.
Yeah, being able to read people.
Yeah. Can you read me right now?
Yeah, you basically just counting the last how many questions left.
Accurate. What's your guilty pleasure snack while you're on the road?
I love popcorns,
Yeah.
but normally you can't have popcorns when you're traveling. Most of the times you don't get them. But if not popcorns, then nuts or chips.
Nuts or chips. Okay. If you could have any animal as your sidekick, which one would you choose and what would you name it?
Either a panda or a horse.
Okay. Okay, would you have a different name for each or would you have one name for both?
No, I would probably have the same name. Vibes.
Vibes?
Yeah,
Vibes. Okay, cool. What's the weirdest piece of advice you've ever received?
That my nose is too flat. I need to keep massaging it so that it becomes sharp.
Okay. If
Like yours.
Like mine. Okay. If you could have a conversation with any inanimate object, what would it be and what would you talk about?
I talk to the
The microphone.
microphone. I'll ask, like, how does it feel to just keep listening and having other people listen through it, but it cannot ever talk.
Very profound. If you were a flavor of ice cream, now this is the last question, so take some time to think about this
Okay.
one, okay? If you were a flavor of ice cream, what would you be called and what would be your signature ingredient?
Sheer Fun
Sheer Fun
by Sharfun.
by Sharfun, okay. Sheer Fun by Sharfun.
Yeah. And
Signature
signature
ingredient.
ingredient would be, I think green would be good. Green chili.
Green chili. I'll have one scoop, please. One scoop of sheer fun for me with green chili, and that was Real Talk with QNET. Thank you so much for joining us, Sharfun.
Thank you so much, Trevor, for having me here. Thank you so much.
See you again.